Hey there, AK here. This is my review of the OPPO Find X3 Pro, which I'm recording on right now. I was initially very skeptical about this device due to how it looked. It just looks so weird. OPPO has some of the most innovative, the coolest designs out there. For example, the OPPO N1 had a rotating camera back before that was popular, and then we have the mid-range R3, which was one of the first few Android devices to get a metal body even before flagship devices got it. And this is just not it. I have to admit that this design is really cool. It's just one piece of glass, including the camera hump. But to me, this feels more like OPPO trying to show off rather than to go and understand what the user needs and make the experience better. But if you can look past the design, this is one device that is really enjoyable to use. First, that display. This one is amazing. Most flagship devices these days come with an AMOLED display, but you can hardly tell the difference between them until you use this. This one is amazing in every aspect. Brightness, contrast, colors. You'll be blown away by this display when you use it. And the settings for this display is one of the craziest I have ever seen. Like, when have you seen a phone with so many options for the display? Then we have the cameras, and this one is pretty crazy too. Firstly, we have a microscope camera on the rear, and this allows you to go up to subjects really close and take photos that even your eyes are unable to see. Cool? Definitely. But is it useful? But what impresses me more is the main camera and the ultra wide angle camera. These two are really good. In fact, some of the videos that I recorded recently are recorded on these cameras. Due to the current restrictions, I'm unable to go out and test these cameras much, but from what I've taken so far, I must say that these cameras are very accurate in terms of color reproduction. Photos taken at night with the OPPO Find X3 Pro turned out pretty good too. Here's a comparison between one taken with auto mode and another taken with night mode. As you can see, both are pretty bright, though the night mode one is slightly brighter with a lot more details. There is also a night mode for the ultra wide angle camera, though this one isn't as impressive and both remain pretty dark. If you are going to take photos at night, you will want to use the main camera. As for videos, you will want to ensure that there's enough light in the surrounding. But I did notice that if you turn on AI mode, the video actually gets brighter. For portrait shots, edge detection is pretty good, though it does miss out on some small areas. Lastly, we have the performance, and this being a flagship device has the latest Snapdragon 888 processor with 12 gigs of RAM. As you may expect with these specs, it can basically handle almost everything they throw at it. With a 4500 mAh battery life of this device is pretty good. On a moderate day of usage which involves some gaming, including Call of Duty Mobile, about 10 games or so, and a game of PUBG, I was able to bring it down to 30% by 10:26 PM at night. And with the included SuperVOOC charger, this device went from 1% to 100% in just 38 minutes, and this was with the screen on the entire time. Like most other flagship devices these days, the OPPO Find X3 Pro doesn't have a headphone jack, which meant that if you are like me who use wired headphones a lot, then you'll need an adapter. Do I recommend the OPPO Find X3 Pro? Well, if you have the budget, I would say go for it. Despite its design not being very inspiring, it's kind of ugly in my opinion. But in all other aspects, this thing performs really well, and I can see it as a device that you'll enjoy using for a very long time. And that is the end of my OPPO Find X3 Pro review. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comment section below. See you soon.